Hello YouTube. I'm going to show you today how to put, this is our newest monogram frame, this little mermaid. She's been pretty popular online. I'm going to show you how I would put this on a shirt, on the back of a shirt, using my Silhouette Cameo. Okay, so I've opened up my Silhouette software and I opened her up in it, and this is how it's going to import. So what I want to do, I want to make it as big as possible to go on the back of my shirt. So I'm going to select all over and make her bigger. Exciting, I know. Alright, so now when she imports, something that's nice is they're already broken up by color. So they're already grouped together by color. If you don't want them that way, you can do click it and then ungroup, and then each one of whatever is grouped together will ungroup itself. But I want them that way. So what I'm going to do is undo, put her all back together. So I'm going to put a monogram in here because it's a monogram frame. You could put in a cute little saying like Mermaid Life or Swim Life or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group all of her together just to make this easier for a second. Now I'm going to do File and Merge. This is our new modern monogram I just put up this week, and I'm going to start with the first letter, or the biggest letter, and put that in there. And these are all SVG files, so you can import them individually. And basically, long story short, you mess with it till you like it. So what I'm going to do now is click each one and hold down my shift key. And I'm going to go over here to the modify window. And I'm going to weld them all together. That way it's not trying to double cut. It's not trying to cut the J where the C overlaps. That way it now all becomes one piece too. So I'm going to move it all as one now. And I don't know if you can tell when I speed it up, but I didn't want any of my letters to overlap my my shells, because I'm going to do this all in glitter, and the glitter I have, the glitter vinyl, says don't do that, so I'm not going to do that. There's much debate over whether you can or not, but just so you know. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to click our frame and we're going to ungroup it. We grouped it just to make it easier if we're doing their monogram. Now, so it should all be grouped again by color. I'm going to click all of this, and we're going to go to Object and Mirror, and we're going to flip it horizontally. You're doing this because when you're cutting on the wrong side, so you're going to have to flip it over. Now, I'm doing heat transfer vinyl because obviously I want it to go on a t-shirt. If you're using regular like sticky vinyl, you don't do this. So it depends on what you want to do. So if you want to put this on like a container of some kind in the sticky vinyl, you don't do this. You do this for all the heat transfer. So now to cut your frame, what I want to do is I want my starfish in one color, my clamshells in another color, my monogram in another color, and my little girl in another color. So what I'm going to do is kick everything off the mat. If it's not on the mat, it doesn't cut. And we'll kick her off too. Now what I'm going to do is put my first sheet in my Cameo and let it cut. I'm going to hit the undo button and basically put it all back together. Now I'm going to kick these guys off, this guy off, and this guy off. That way when you line up your sheets, it's all going to line up. If you come back in here and everything's jumbled up, you're not going to. It'll be harder to do. So then we'll do that again, and then we'll kick everything off, and then I'll do my monogram, and then I'll do her. So we're going to go cut some vinyl. Alright, so I just wanted to show you real quick. When you bring them on here, the machine's not automatically, because it's an SVG file, it's going to come in as no cut. So you're going to need to click the cut edge to cut edge, whichever one you want. But we're not cutting her. So I have my clamshells. I have my glitter vinyls already set. Also, something real quick. Those little buttons up there are what make it show you the cut outline. So if you don't want to see it, there it is. If you do, there it is. I use the little Cricut mats, I don't know if you can see, because they're cheaper. And I cut mine to match, so I just lay my silhouette one on top of it and cut around it to match, to make it match up a little bit better. I've test cut shiny side goes down. And basically it's just standard cutting, you let the machine cut. So what I'm gonna do is cut all my pieces and then I'll show you how to line them all up on my shirt. Alright, so the purple is done cutting. Always make sure it's cut before you take it out. If it's not cut all the way or something's wrong, you have a chance of fixing it while it's still in the machine and lined up. But if you take it out, I'm pretty much done. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the bottom. I don't know if y'all can see this because I can barely see it. So instead of weeding all of this in the middle and throwing it away, what you need to do is cut out the middle and save all that vinyl for another project. Use the force and pretend like you can see this. There we go. So, you can see one of them. That's what we're going to weed, so we're not just wasting gobs and gobs of vinyl. Alright, so your next step is to pull off your vinyl. And it's so pretty. Got the glitter. Anyway, pull off all the vinyl you don't need. Pull around your little thing. So I'm going to cut the rest, and we'll meet up when they're done. This is my shirt. I'm putting our design on. What I did is this is actually a ruler for quilting, and this is disappearing ink that is dying. Make sure if you use disappearing ink that it's not heat set, that it'll wash out. This is water soluble, so it'll wash out when I put it in the washer. Don't wash it for 24 hours, they all say that. But anyway, so I marked the center of my shirt, and I always use armpit to armpit. It's kind of a good center thing. So if you want to make sure everything's really lined up, this is the top. This is where I test cut. You can take it and line it up. And then mark, if you want to, mark your corners. And then when you go to put this one on, and this guy's off, so like we're going to do this one first, we'll peel him off, and then what we'll do is we'll set this one up and we'll have them all lined up. Now, that being said, the only time I normally do all this trouble is if I'm doing a shirt for somebody. Generally, if it's a shirt for me, I just kind of wing it. I figure it'll be okay. So, and then we'll put in our monogram and our little girl. But yeah, you can put as many marks as you want to. You can fidget as much as you want to with it. So me and the heat press are off the basement floor. In my last video, we were on the basement floor. So I put my shirt in here, and you're just going to do a quick press to get any moisture out and to make sure it's flat. Alright, so this is the clamshells. It doesn't matter if you do the clamshells or the starfish first, but I've lined them up with the marks that we've made. You can also measure. That's my puppy and her ball. You can also measure to make sure that they're the same from armpit to armpit. Kind of depends on how detailed you want to be. And basically at this point I'm just going to press it to manufacturer's recommendations. Alright, so we're going to peel off this sheet. Line it up by our marks. And press again. You can press, you don't have to press as long as you would if this was the only thing you were doing. You're going to want to press a little bit less time since we're pressing multiple times. Alright, Make sure none of our glitter is overlapping. I don't think it is. And then this guy is exposed. If I put my heat press down on that, it won't be pretty. So take your Teflon sheet, put it on top, and then we'll press again. Alright, so that is our complete t-shirt. And obviously you could use different colors and make these all the same colors, or use a different monogram font to get a different look. On the front, I put, these are our pearls. I have them up online. What I did, and these are the different size pearls. So you get big ones and little ones together. What I did was I joined them all together to make a necklace. And then this is this one from the back, just blown up bigger. And I put it on the front to be something different, you know, as opposed to just monogramming the front too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed everything. All these files are available online. They're generally about $2 a piece if you want one. Thank you for watching.